when you totally embrace this one concept, things begin to fall into place for your success. This is the Cosmic Coaches Group, and today we are having an absolutely free masterclass, the 5 keys to unlocking your wild success. So if you need the link for that, just let me know. I'll drop it. That's at 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. UK. And I'm not sure about other time zones. I'll let you figure that out. But I want to talk about our perception of success, that it's more than a paycheck, right? Like, we know as cosmic creators that we want a life of abundance, but we also know that money helps give us more options, more opportunities, and we value that. But sometimes it is conflicting with the belief systems that we are raised with about more money means greedy. Like, how do we avoid like prioritizing or honoring money too much? How are our belief systems hindering us? And like, how can we really move forward and create that dynamic 6-figure, 7-figure income and flow and ease? I'm going to tell you that I always have been motivated by money, but having money as a motivator makes it really difficult for you to achieve the life of abundance that you want, because you're motivated by an external thing. I want you to hear that. Having money as a motivator is operating from external circumstances. So when I was motivated by money, if money was not an objective, or money was not going to be, let's say, air quote, enough money for a launch or whatever, I would lose motivation. I would lose my motivation. If I was not witnessing the results that I wanted in a launch quickly, I would lose motivation. I really want you to hear that, because a number of people that are externally motivated to create income in their business, you'll find this to be true in other ways. So if you're motivated by client attraction, like gathering a tribe, okay? If you are having a launch and you are not seeing the appearance of your clients rapidly, you will lose motivation. We see this all the time. So you get what I'm talking about? So how do we shift that? Success is determined, like our personal success is determined not by the amount of money that we make. It is determined by the quality of life that we want to create for ourselves. Okay? So the first thing that really needs to happen is to get that crystal clear vision. You hear coaches say this all the time. You really have to know what you want your business to look like 5 years from now. If you do not know what the structure or the infrastructure of your business is going, or you want to look like a big picture in 5 years, I say, because in 5 years, you can have hit mid 6 figures. And if you choose to go further, that's cool. If not, you're fine, right? But you have to know what that structure looks like. A lot of the times coaches will look at their business and they will look at their products, what they want their products to look like. What do I mean by this? I'm an entrepreneur and I have created a product called the Evolution 10X Mastermind. That is my product. And within that product, I coach. That's my trade. That is my trade, right? So not everyone's business is going to look the same. I want you to know that, because my business has a very specific target demographic. My business, my target demographic is looking for something very specific that is unique to me. So your business, your product is going to look different. Now, my product is not my business, meaning E10X Mastermind, my hypnosis sessions that I do with my private practice, those are not my business. Those are my trade. Those are my product. Okay? Me, as an entrepreneur, I grow a business. An entrepreneur doesn't coach. You can be a coach that teaches entrepreneurism, but being the entrepreneur is a very different skill set and brain set than what it takes to be a tradesman. So I was using this example inside the Mastermind community, which spurred on this live. So if you're on here watching live, say hello. Tell me where you're chiming in from. Most importantly, tell me if you're coming to the Mastermind at 4 p.m. Eastern today. Free. Get the link if you don't have it. So I was saying, and I'll use myself as an example. I have E10X Mastermind. I am a master certified hypnotist that offers private one-on-one sessions in my hypnosis practice. Those are my product. As a subconscious default system, it is very common for coaches and healers to see their product as their business, saying, hypnosis is my business. Hypnosis is not my business. Hypnosis is the practice, is the product in which I sell through my entrepreneurism. So I am an entrepreneur. I am also a master certified hypnotist. I am also the creator of the Evolution 10X method. As an entrepreneur, I have a very different skill set and brain set that I tap into to create mid-six figures in my business. I do not use the same skill set or mindset that I use to coach people. I want to say that again. I do not use the same techniques in my hypnosis practice that I use to build my business. I said that wrong. In my hypnosis sessions that I use to build a business. Let me make this even more clear. My husband's a chef, and a mighty fine one at that. He's so good. He could bake an amazing, like anything. Let's say a pie. He could bake an amazing pie. But the skill set that he used to bake that pie would not translate into him building a successful business. No matter what it was. If he wanted to build a bakery, if he wanted to open a restaurant, if he wanted to start a charcuterie wholesale company with his own stuff, his chefing is not going to translate into business ownership. This is why you will see, oh God, I think it's like 95% of all restaurants that open within the first 5 years, they're closing because people are saying, oh my God, you're such a great cook. You should open a restaurant. Now, my husband knows how to run a restaurant. He does not want to own one. He likes being the chef. He likes being the executive chef, executive sous chef, whatever, right? But what I want you to understand here is your product is your pie. And what helped you build that pie and helps you transform lives is not the same skill set that is necessary to build a business. You cannot be a great Reiki practitioner and use your Reiki to build a successful Reiki practice. It's a different skill set. You can know how to practice curate like nobody's business. You can help people transform, and you can even teach them how to use curate. But curate is not the same skill set that an entrepreneur uses to build a business. So we do need to know the strategies, okay? That's the skill set. We need to know systems and operations that happen in the back. We need to know how to prospect and track our sales. We need to know how to launch new products. We need to know how to create content. Those are the doing things. I'm going to be straight up with you. Doing things, that's the easy part. Y'all, that's a no-brainer. And I'm going to say most of you already have that down. You already know how to do that stuff. The reason why 80% of all coaches are not making more than 10K a year is not because they don't know what to do. It's because they don't have the brain set of an entrepreneur. And so they're living from a perspective that I just need to do these things, and they get overwhelmed and confused, and they are focusing all their attention on things that are not monetizing behaviors, and therefore they struggle day to day to create any sales. Because their perception is, if I just put out content, then I'll make more sales. When you are operating from employee mindset, you are treating your business like a hobby, and it's paying you like an unpaid intern. It's not your fault. Most people are conditioned by what it takes to run a business or build a business through what they have witnessed. So our perception of what business ownership is at this point in our society of coaching businesses is what we see other coaches doing to have success. Success in business ownership happens behind the scenes, not in front of the scenes. So you're mimicking what you're seeing, but you don't know that everything that happens behind the scenes is what creates income. This is what you've been taught, that, you can watch people, you can learn, and then you'll have the success. That's employee mindset. Entrepreneurial mindset sees opportunities. So you've done the strategy, y'all. You're a leader in your industry, even though you haven't unlocked it yet. I want you to know that. I just had a client that I've been working with for less than 2 months that had not had a launch in a long time. She was going through some financial difficulties. She was not in financial hardship, but she was experiencing like blocks in money and all that kind of stuff. We worked together for less than 2 months, and she had her first launch. And in this first launch, she made $50K plus. The door hasn't closed yet. More than she has ever made in a year in her business. Not because I was helping her with strategy, because y'all got the strategy, but because I was helping her with the brain set. And I use the term brain set very specifically because when we're talking about mind, most healers, coaches, hypnotists, they think of mind as a very intangible. Mindset, intangible. I call it brain set so that you can understand this is a very tangible organ and this is what we're working with. That's what needs to change. So if you are not getting the results that you want in your business, it's not because you don't know enough. It's not because you don't have the skill set to do it. It's because you don't have the brain set to do it. And in order to create that brain set, you need the method. And the method is E10X. And while E10X is opening later today, the masterclass is going to give you a sample of what becomes possible when you start creating the dynamic shifts in yourself, in your physical brain, so that you can manifest that in what you want rapidly. Because once we start shifting this, our external circumstances, we start collapsing timelines in ways that you never thought possible. You can go through hard work, struggle, not getting what you want, and the next day closing 6 clients, 8 clients. I helped a client do this where she was struggling to make $40 a month, and in 24 hours signed 9 new one-on-one clients. 9 in a matter of 24 hours. It's all about your perception, your perspective. but also your willingness to do what it takes to get that outcome. So that willingness has to be a willingness to invest in the stuff that's going to make a difference. Otherwise, you're still going to struggle for the next 6 months getting the same results that you got the last 6 months.